Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. It's another Friday, and today we're trying something a little bit different. Instead of playing the game plus the face cam plus recording all at the same time, today I've actually decided to record the gameplay first and then just sort of record a voice over it with that and actually take out the face cam. So hopefully this goes well. If you guys like it, go ahead and drop that like button, and then we'll do some more things like this. You know, maybe we'll have the Cozy's Nightly as the vlog, and then the after hours gaming. We can just do some simple gameplay, no face cam, and you know, you guys can either just listen to me talk if that's what you want to do, or you can, you know, watch the gameplay as well. So, well, let's see how this goes. I have a good feeling about it, but we'll just have to wait and see, right? So, for the week, there's some interesting things that's happened. We had to make an emergency trip to the hospital, but everybody's doing well. A little bit sore, but none the worse for wear. And this video is actually about 15 minutes long recording time. I haven't really cut it down as I'm recording my voice here, but we'll get to see how that goes, and I hope you guys do like it. So as you guys can actually see though, we've actually got some Team Fortress 2 on the menu. I did have to put off the capture card for a little while, but once I can get that capture card, I'll probably start bringing in some things like No Man's Sky and Overwatch and stuff like that. So that'll be nice. I still have my fingers crossed on that one, and we'll have to wait and see. Now, this match here, it does not really go that well. We have a couple of good moments as a heavy where we pick off like 2 or 3 or, you know, a few good runs, and I'm really not going to blame it on the team here, because sort of when it comes down to a team thing, it's everybody's fault whether we win or whether we lose. So I do apologize for my shameful gameplay here. So, but all the same, there's always some things to learn. You know, when you're playing as a team shooting game like this, you kind of have to learn to play it as a team. You know, you really can't lone wolf it, especially on games like, you know, domination, capture the flag, stuff like that. The team really has to come together in order to really do a good job at these. Now, bear with me here. I'm trying to find stuff to actually talk about for 15 minutes without you guys having a bunch of silences here. Now, something I've been looking at is, with a lot of these older games that have been around for, you know, years and years and years, with a lot of the new stuff coming out these days, it's kind of interesting to take a look and see how these games in their older run, you know, the 10+ year games, will actually fare in the new days. So that's going to be something interesting that I'm going to keep an eye on. Most putly, I'm thinking the World of Warcraft series is one of the ones that I'm really looking at, because when you look at it, that game has somehow managed to keep, you know, millions and millions of subscribers, paying customers, even though the game is 10, 15, you know, years old. Games from, you know, when I was in grade school, and that a lot of us gamers these days really sort of cut our teeth on it if we were lucky enough to subscribe to it. But more than that, I think with these free-to-play games coming out that can offer that same level of quality, like Guild Wars 2 and all of that stuff, it's kind of interesting to see how it's going to fare up in these new day worlds, you know, in these new days. But on the topic of the Blizzard games, it's actually sort of a love-hate relationship with me. Originally, I loved it so much, and I even got all the books. I even got the Blizzard really big art collection book, and they had come out with Diablo 3, yeah, it was, for the PlayStation 4. And at that time, I was running YouTube under the name of Cozy Pub Gamer, and my laptop sort of became outdated and died. So at that point in time, I was only playing games on the PlayStation 4. And they had decided not to bring seasons to the PlayStation 4. And at that time, I really don't know why it affected me so strongly. I guess I sort of at that time I wasn't as mature. Well, I say mature, and here I am doing videos on YouTube, but I had decided that I had boycotted Blizzard since then, and I would never touch another Blizzard game again. That be it Heroes of the Storm, that be it World of Warcraft, StarCraft, all of those. And when I originally picked up, well, I hadn't quite picked up, I had decided that I would bring some World of Warcraft to the channel, just a little bit. And I couldn't get into my account because I had the authenticator, and in the time span that I had lost my authenticator, I had ended up losing my password and all of that stuff. And that's when I got the new computer. And I had actually talked to the Blizzard customer service guys, and they were, nice enough to help me get back into my account. And the customer service rep was actually, kind enough to help me out, and it sort of reinvigorated my faith or my passion for the Blizzard games. So I was able to pick it back up and start playing World of Warcraft again and StarCraft and all of that stuff. So there, I think we just kind of had to remember that even though, the Blizzard company may not make the best of decisions in terms of if they're going to bring seasons or, bring an update to one of their main games that represent them to all of the platforms, they're still good games. And I think when I look at it anymore, after I've spent so much time working in customer service myself, and actually know how it feels to have someone sit here and tell me how horrible I am because the company didn't make the brightest of decisions. It makes me really realize that even though it may not be the best decision across the board, it's still paying for people's, homes, it's paying for people's food and all of that stuff. So anymore, when I look at it and, I see that passion there again, I realize that there was an actual living being on that other side that I'm actually helping out there by playing the games and investing in them and stuff like that. So it was a bit of an eye-opener, it really is. Now, I am still going to say working in customer service sucks, and I don't really recommend it. But at any rate with it, that's sort of where I stand on the Blizzard games. But as you can see for now, we're really not doing that well on this game here. And as a spoiler alert, we sort of lose this second match too. And anyways, I do hope you guys are sort of not dying for my ramblings on, and I haven't lost you guys yet. So we also had a whiner here. It was interesting. We didn't really have any strat callers or anything like that, but we sort of got all blamed for the whole team failing, which was, it's kind of funny when you think about it, but I think that's sort of one reason why we play games like this, is just so we can see everybody rage. It's pretty funny there. So I haven't quite decided on which game I'm going to bring up for the next After Hours Gaming. And, like I said, if you guys like this sort of platform here, where you just sort of have, the voice, and then you have the gameplay and no face cam or anything extra to that, drop that like button, and we'll go ahead and start placing this here for the After Hours Gaming. And then on the weekends gameplay, I'll go ahead and have in the face cam and all of that stuff. So let me know what you guys think about that, and we'll roll with it. And besides that, I'm kind of starting to run out of stuff to talk about and things to say. So yeah, at this point here, I wasn't really for sure what happened there, because I was sitting on ammo and health and gunning down this Pyro, but he still managed to drop me pretty quickly. I guess that's just why Pyro is better. But anyways, I thought I'd spend some quality time with a heavy class here and give it a go. Luckily, the computer didn't lag, so I'm thinking it could be something that the computer's also having to run the webcam as well, and it sort of causes the computer to, how should we say, spaz out. But
what the fuck everybody's doing.
Yeah, and then I sort of died here a lot. It sort of seemed like after that Uber point on the first one, when we mowed everybody down, things just sort of got a little bit way far behind. we had sort of like a nice, almost pushy sort of team here, so I'm thinking it could have been something where we just weren't playing the classes right, or it could have been we were just outskilled by the other team. I mean, that does happen. But from here, you know, I'm sitting here trying to like keep everybody off the point and push out and stuff like that, but I am only one person, you know. So there was that. But anyways, I do hope you guys enjoy the gameplay.
Jesus Christ.
And surprisingly, I haven't played this game in a while, so to come back and see that it is still, you know, a pretty lively game is actually, it's pretty amazing. It really is. Alright, and they had a turret there, so we cleared that out. Luckily it was just a level 1, so that one was pretty easy. And the whole group was here. Like, the whole group was right here. And we just sort of, we ended up like biting the bullet here. I know there was one point coming up, it might have already passed and I missed it, but there was a point where we were pushing in this room here, and there was a tank and medic combination that came through. Excuse me. And originally I was focusing on the heavy, and then I realized I should probably focus on the medic first, and then we drop the medic, and then we drop the heavy. So I think that was probably a good decision there. Always take care of that medic, and then once you get rid of the medic, the heavy can't really, you know, yeah, the heavy can still do some damage. Yeah, here we go, it's right here. But once you get rid of that pocket medic, the heavy really doesn't have, you know, that infinite health there. So you can just sort of go toe-to-toe with them. So that's pretty nice. And yeah, the problem with the heavy is that the minigun doesn't really work really long range unless you have like the brass bison or brass beast or something like that. And then you can sort of get a little bit pokey with it. But no, from here everything's going sort of down, really downhill. And then I've been poking at that scout, and I noticed there's those there, so I'm shooting those, and then I'm aiming at whatever's back there. But that didn't really work. So, but I don't know. In terms of the channel, where we're looking at there, I'm still sort of trying to figure everything out. And yes, the Strange and Unusual series and the Look At series is actually going to be brought to the channel. I'm just sort of waiting until we can get everything here up to a good, stable walking pace. You know, view-wise, you know, get all of our gear and all of our techniques together first, and then I'll start bringing those to the channel. Now, on my checklist, the first one of my small goals is to get all of the equipment together. And once we can get the capture card, I can sort of knock that one off my list. And then the second one is to get to a place where we can bring in, or I can bring in, a steady stream of good quality videos for you guys. And then from there, you know, the actual good walking pace in terms of views and stuff like that. Right now, I think my first big major goal is to hit at least 10 subscribers. Well, you know, I mean, how do I describe it? Subscribers, yes, but let's start building a community first and start getting like a small community together, and then we can sort of actually grow from there. Or so that's the plan for the time being. For now, we'll just have to keep working on it, and then we'll see how everything goes from there. And wow, it is a lot harder than I would have thought to be able to sit up here and talk for 15 minutes straight. That way we don't have a bunch of silence, uhs, and fillers. And we ended up losing it here. So, with that being said, if you guys are stuck with us this far, I do thank you guys kindly for, you know, sticking with us. If you guys are seeing this as a standalone video, I do welcome you guys warmly. If you guys liked it, hit that like button, show everything some love, drop a line, don't be strangers out there, guys, and as always, you guys stay safe out there.